In the quiet dark of the control dome, the world was holding its breath. From Seoul to San Francisco, from classrooms to war rooms, every screen was now tuned to the same feed. Two giant predators were about to meet again after 66 million years. But this time, it wasn't in the wild. This time, it was a simulation built by humans. Hound adjusted her headset with calm fingers, but her heart was racing. "All systems ready," she said softly. Her voice echoed in the large glass chamber, where screens surrounded them like stars. Beside her, Ji-Woo smiled. "Let's see which monster wins this time." They weren't just scientists, they were creators. Ji-Woo was an expert in combat programming. He believed in power, speed, and brute force. To him, Giganotosaurus was the king of killers. Hound was different. She worked in behavioral logic. She believed strategy, memory, and instinct could change the tide of battle. She stood for T-Rex. Their Project Titan Strike, was the most advanced AI paleo simulation in human history. It could rebuild extinct species, give them lifelike behaviors, and drop them into a high-fidelity digital world. And today, it would show the world who would win in a real fight: Tyrannosaurus Rex or Giganotosaurus. A red light blinked. Countdown began. 10, 9, 8. Echoed across the dome. Ji-Woo and Hound leaned forward. Across the globe, children held their breath. Biologists adjusted their data recorders. Old men in war rooms whispered bets. 3, 2, 1. Begin. The screen exploded into life. Jungle, wet, green, alive. Sounds of chirping, rumbling, and distant thunder filled the audio feed. From the west, the Tyrannosaurus Rex stepped out from behind a thick line of trees. Its huge body moved like a tank, but each step was careful. Its dark eyes scanned the world. It sniffed the air. It was thinking. Hound smiled. From the east, the Giganotosaurus charged out from a high ridge. It was taller, faster, and leaner. Its skin shimmered like dark steel. It didn't stop to think. It ran straight forward, pushing past rocks and trees like they were nothing. Ji-Woo grinned. "That's it. My guy's hungry." The simulation world stretched out 20 kilometers wide. Real jungle patterns, real elevation, rivers, cliffs, and caves, all designed to test instinct, speed, strength, smarts. But the two creatures were now only 200 meters apart. The T-Rex stopped. It stood on a flat, dry patch of soil, wind brushing over its massive body. It's tiny. Arms twitched. Its head turned slightly. It saw its enemy. The Giganotosaurus roared. The sound shook the air. Birds flew from trees. Digital waves moved through the leaves. The crowd watching online gasped, but the T-Rex did not flinch. It took one heavy step. Forward. And another. This feels too real," whispered a boy in Daegu, watching from a school desk in the control dome. Both scientists stared. "Behavioral learning has started," Hound said, eyes wide. "It's not using our original code." Ji-Woo frowned. "It's adapting." Hound nodded slowly. "Yes, it's alive inside the simulation." Now the two giants were 50 meters apart, no longer just data. No longer just lines of code. They moved like beasts that had lived 1,000 lives. Suddenly, the Giganotosaurus charged. Its feet tore through dirt and leaf. Its jaws opened wide. Its long arms stretched to grab. It was coming fast, like a train of flesh and rage. The T-Rex stood still. It waited then. Just before contact, it stepped to the side like it had seen this before. With a thunderous growl, it slammed its head into Giganotosaurus's ribs, sending it off balance. The crowd watching let out a loud cry. Did it just bait the attack? Someone whispered. Ji-Woo clenched his fists. No way, that's not possible. The Giganotosaurus shook off the hit and swung its tail hard. It struck the T-Rex's side, leaving a deep wound. Blood hit the trees. roared. Its teeth glistened with spit and rage that it lunged and bit down hard on the Giganotosaurus's neck, but only for a second. The bigger beast pulled away, cutting the T-Rex's lip with a backsnap. Both creatures now stood bloody, hurt, and angry, their eyes locked. No longer just wild animals. They were rivals, and in the control dome, alarms began to blink. Behavioral AI error, said the system. Level, unknown. Giwu looked at Hound. We've lost control. The crowd didn't know. The world only saw the greatest prehistoric battle ever made. In the jungle, the wind howled. Sky turned gray. The two dinosaurs circled each other. Slowly now, breathing heavy, both injured, both watching. No code controlled them now. Something else did. And the real fight hadn't even begun yet. Everyone thought the simulation was just a show. But now, something strange was happening. The T-Rex and Giganotosaurus were no longer following commands. No one was controlling them, and deep inside the control dome, Hound whispered, "There." Thinking for themselves, Giwu stared at the screen. His face had changed. He was no longer smiling. "We didn't program this," he said. "They're learning." On the screen, the jungle had grown quiet. The air was thick. Out. The trees stood still. The two dinosaurs had stopped circling. They were watching each other, waiting, tired, but not. Giving up suddenly, the Giganotosaurus charged again. But this time, it was smarter. It didn't run straight. It took a long turn, trying to trap the T-Rex against a fallen tree. Its legs moved fast, and its mouth opened wide. But the T-Rex had learned too. Instead of running, it stepped sideways onto a rock ledge. Its heavy feet cracked the stone, but it stayed balanced. When the Giganotosaurus lunged, the T-Rex jumped down and bit its neck from behind. The Giganotosaurus roared in pain. Blood spilled. The world watching this went silent, in a classroom in Busan. A boy stood up and shouted. T-Rex knew what it was doing. In the dome, Hound leaned forward. "It's adapting. It's learning how to win." The Giganotosaurus threw its body backwards, smashing the T-Rex against a tree. Bark exploded into the air. T-Rex let go. Both dinosaurs were bleeding now. Their bodies had deep cuts. Its flesh hung from their jaws. They were tired. But neither backed away. Then something happened that no one expected. The Giganotosaurus faked. A step, it moved its leg forward just to trick the T-Rex. It was trying to make it react, to open up. But the T-Rex didn't fall for it. Instead, it waited. And then, when the Giganotosaurus actually lunged, the T-Rex dodged. With perfect timing, and then it did something deadly. It pushed its massive head under the Giganotosaurus's chest, lifted up with all its strength, threw it off balance. The Giganotosaurus stumbled. The T-Rex leaped onto its back. Its jaws closed. Around the back of the neck end it bit down hard. The sound was terrible. Crunch, the Giganotosaurus let out one final scream, then stopped moving. Its legs shook. Then it fell. The T-Rex stood over the body, breathing heavily, blood dripping from its jaws. Its body was bruised, its face torn, but it had one. The crowd watching around the world began cheering. Children clapped. Scientists shouted in shock. Soldiers nodded. Old people cried. But inside the control dome, Giwu said nothing. Hound was crying, but quietly. It was never just about strength, she said. T-Rex wanted to live more. On the screen, the T-Rex didn't roar. It didn't dance. It just walked away, slow and proud, back into the trees. It had fought. It had survived, and then the simulation ended. The jungle disappeared. The screen went black, but the memory stayed. Everyone had seen it. A creature long dead, brought back to life. Not just to fight, but to win, using its mind, its instinct, and its heart. Later that night, Giwu and Hound were sitting in silence. The control dome was dark now. No more sounds. No more alarms. Just the two of them, and one last screen still running. And that's when it happened. The screen flickered. Then a new image appeared, deep in the virtual jungle. In a corner no one had noticed before, a small Giganotosaurus hatchling. stood behind a bush. Its eyes were wide. It had watched the whole battle. It was still alive, and it had learned something. Hound stared at it. Her mouth opened, but she said nothing. Jiwoo turned pale. Did we make something new? The hatchling blinked once, then turned and disappeared into the digital forest. Far away, in a military lab in America, a general watching the feed said, "We just opened a door we cannot close." But in Seoul, Hound simply whispered, "Even inside a computer, life finds a way."